Welcome to today's video. This offensive playbook breakdown is going to be over the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Bunch of good stuff in here. It was one of the better playbooks in 25. It is also still very good here in 26. I'm going to break down a couple of the key formations and plays you guys want to be running to maximize this offense. And then at the end of the video, I will talk about a few other ones that you just want to sprinkle in here to get the most out of this playbook. So with that being said, if you guys enjoy this kind of content, you guys like the stuff we're dropping here, like the video, leave me a comment on something you guys want to see. Sub to the channel so we don't miss an upload for all of NCAA 26 and beyond. And if you guys are interested in more exclusive stuff like ebooks and things like that to take your game to an even further level, consider checking out our Patreon page here in the link. Let's jump into the video. First formation we're going to touch on here, classic trips tight end. And let's just jump right into drive post here. The only thing I really like doing is just re-cornering A. If you want a flat RB, you absolutely can. So everything is flooding from left to right. In this particular alignment, I'm just going to read RB to the flats or A. If those are taken away, I shift my eyes back left to this drag from Y and X. And if the user in the middle drops down or vacates the middle, you have this post in B. Here again, they don't play the flats right away. Get a nice 5-yard gain. Remember, the whole thing about offense is just maintaining efficiency and making every down and distance manageable so your playbook stays open. So here, now I see that they drop back right away. I'm going to hit this drag. And then you're going to have X as well that will come open here, especially if they try to take away the first underneath read. And then, of course, you'll have B, and you'll have A if we get the particular timing and the looks here. Nice pass lead outside, and you're able to throw it to the tight end. If we can mimic a spot here to get this B receiver open here, we'll throw it to him. They're going to play a cover too, so we'll just take your free reads, right? Is don't try to force anything. Don't stare receivers down. Now, here's one thing I'm going to add in is if you streak Y here, it's really going to help X even come further open, even against man, but primarily against zone. But the reason why this works so well here is you're going to see X is just, he's going to get a free space because Y and B on their vertical. And this is going to be one way to actually get this B receiver open for a big play and get him more kind of involved here in the play, is streaking A to put him on a, to take away that middle deep zones of the field to the outside corners, and you're going to throw B right over the middle of the defense. So big plays, drive post can be one of the key plays. Verticals is another one. Again, you don't have to do anything specific with this play. What I really like doing is putting RB here on a Texas route, and then I like dragging RB. So basically, I'm going to make the user kind of choose here between the drag or the Texas route here. So you're going to see what they take. Here we get the drag. He's going to come wide open. If they run man, you have the tight end also on this corner route. You're going to see right here, get a pass lead. And again, if they're going to play something like that, the tight end is going to win a lot of the times unless the safety just has extremely good coverage. And then here again, you see the drag, but we come back and now we have this Texas route wide open. And the great thing is this Texas route, along with a drag from the tight end, is actually a super deadly combo, as I forgot to put the guy on a Texas route. It's one of the best combos in the game, actually, especially out of this formation. It just creates havoc and openings where you create the user having to go really vacate an area. So make sure we're throwing verticals here in this trips tight end. Next play, RPO alert counter flat. Again, not your RPO alert bubble, but the reason why this is so good is because you have a pulling guard, almost like a halfback base here, but it's coming from the tackle, and then you still have your flat read, and you see this slot receiver, probably because of his ability, he just gets out there extremely quick, so you're reading it, and it's almost like they create a pick route because it's a straight flat instead of a bubble. And then your last option is you always have the run here. So just all about you guys making simple reads, but this is a very, very good play, especially on the goal line and short yardage situations. We're going to look up here at Texas. Texas is a good play because it actually does kind of what we were talking about earlier with this Texas route from RB, but you notice it's a different Texas route. So all I'm going to do is re-corner A, And then the one thing I like to do is I like to put X here on a comeback. So what I'm going to do here, again, just read the middle. If the middle linebacker drops back, this Texas route underneath is going to be wide open. If they try to run man, you're not only going to have the RB route, but you're going to have this comeback route here wide open if you just time it at the top of the route here. Y is going to be a tricky one, depending on what zone they're in. Here they played cover 2, so it's going to be taken away. That can be an option over the middle. You just really got to read the user here. And then, of course, you have B here that is going to be kind of like your flat defender. So, or I'm sorry, your flat read. And here, the last thing, just talk about the runs real quick. You have a halfback base, you have an inside zone, and your mid-draw. Mid-draws are extremely good in this year's game. The blocking is just fantastic. The only thing with draws is that for whatever reason, sometimes there's a high snap, there's a low snap, as you've seen. But you're going to see, even against a much better Oklahoma defensive front here, is that the blocking from our offensive line is extremely good here. Now, it may not work against cover 0 blitzes and things of that nature. No run is 100% in this game. But it definitely has the ability for big play potential here. You see there's a lot of players getting to the second level. So halfback mid-draw is going to be our key run in this formation. We're going to take a look here at bunch halfback strong. And the first play we're going to take a look at here is going to be drive. And one of the things here that I like doing, A here on a crosser. We're going to put Y here on a streak. Against zone, you're going to have a quick ability to throw to Y. We'll see if we can show that to you here. Well, they run man. If they run man, RB, A, those are going to be your man winning routes. So in this play, though, A and RB are always going to be your number 1 and number 2 reads. And then this is why you put this running back here on the streak, is he just gets into spots. But you're going to see that, again, RB, he does a great job. It's almost like there's like running a pick route or a rub route. He just gets across the field so quick. So you're going to want your fastest receiver in that specific position. And again, if they play this type of zone here, you can hit your running back. We get a bad throw animation there. Run this again. Here's where the tight end will be wide open across the middle. And then B, there's not going to be a whole lot of spots for B. But again, your running back here is just going to be a nice little option to sit there and throw if they try to take away your crosser and your drag. Next play I want us to take a look at. So there you got 2 here. You have Durham, and then you have Seattle. They're kind of very similar with the outside vertical routes from A and B. I guess they're more real wheel routes. We'll run Seattle because you already have a built-in crosser. One of 2 things you can do here is you put Y here on a out route. You can put them on an in route if you want to create the high-low to the left or to the right. And again, kind of you're going to be reading the crosser with the running back. You also can look here is at the very beginning of the route, if the outside corners drop back like this, you can snap throw this outside to B. If there's people playing outside, you can throw it up the seams to A. And here is going to be man blitz here. And this is where RB is going to be your man beating route. But it's very simple, right? Y on an in route or an out route. That's all it is. Here is A going to be in the seam here against the zone. So you're going to have a bunch of things available to you here. Sometimes you can also put extra on a comeback. If you see solo coverage, this looks like maybe cover 4 or cover 4 match. But, oh, they don't play help over there. And again, we're going to throw this comeback. And we're able to just destroy the man that they play on him. So, again, Seattle is going to be very good. Then you're going to have Durham. And then, of course, we're going to throw in Z-Spot. Z-Spot is always a classic play here. Just streak B. You're going to have this flood concept to the right. And then the one thing I like doing, I like putting our running back here on a Texas route. Again, the 4 routes out there, if they try to play matches, it's going to make it regular zone coverage. But now you're just going to be reading the flats, whether it's A, RB here. We're able to throw this against the zone for what's going to be a touchdown. But cover 3, cover 4, cover 2, doesn't matter. None of those are going to be able to stop that corner route here. Here is man, and this is why you put that Texas route out here for a killer like that. A lot of people get concentrated um, on the right side, the bunch side of the field. So it's just going to leave different things here. Here, again, taking your free yards here, we throw it to the flats, we get 4 yards from our tight end. So Z spot is going to complement the Seattle, the verts play, Durham, and then drive. And then you also have counter, this inside zone. You have a draw, a bunch of good plays here that's going to make the bunch halfback strong. Your key formation in this playbook. One of the most unknown, underutilized, and underappreciated formations in the playbook is going to be spread, and actually it's used in the game, period. But we're going to talk about this RPO alert bubble. In this bubble here, the best way to describe this is, most RPOs are run to one side. This gives you the option to throw a bubble to either side. And then if the box is light, you can always just run it to your running back. And the way I like to run this, I just stare at the middle of the screen and just kind of see which slot corner is not going to play it. Here I noticed that Y went backwards. But again, it's pretty simple here. I noticed the box is light. And I can take this and get, again, 3 to 5 yards. But again, you're coming out, you're just going to watch the corners here. Here, obviously, we take the run. We get about 5-6 yards. If they play the bubbles, then good for them. If they don't have people out there, again, it's just going to be free yards. Again, something to make them 100% respect. But they're going to have to match the personnel. If the boxes are light, it's going to give you great running lanes. I feel like the blocking on this RPO bubble to either side, the blocking is just really good here as you're going to watch. And then it just comes down to your run stick to be able to pick the hole to get the most yards out of this play. We're going to look at PA comeback. I'm going to actually just leave this play kind of the way it is. I'm actually going to do something like this, where I drag A, I wheel running back, and basically I just need to see, I need to give myself an underneath quick throw here to A if he's available. And then if I see man outside, I have either one of my comebacks, so something like this. You throw at the top of the route. But this is the route combination you're putting out there. You give yourself the drag underneath. If they don't play it, you sit there and throw it. And if you want to get Y involved here, put him on a post. And you'll have this opportunity here as we get a terrible pass. And then there's going to be opportunities here to throw your running back as well. We'll see if we can get it here on the next play. But we've shown you the comeback. We've shown you the drag. We've shown you the post. And there's going to be little windows. That one was a little bit tighter because the guy covered it. Next play we're going to take a look at here is Y cross. Y cross to me is pretty simple. I'm just going to put RB on a flat, B on a comeback, and then I am going to drag Y. So now I'm basically giving them a high-low here from the drag to A, and then I have this levels concept on the right here between this flat and the comeback. Last time here is going to be your concept, though. You have the crosser from Y and A, and then here's where A is going to come open. Again, a lot of diving animations here from Oklahoma State. But you have this comeback on the right with the table route from the running back. And then you have this drag and the crosser. And again, you're just going to read what they're going to give you here. So if they try to, fall back, play their curl flats, and take away that comeback route, you're going to have your drag and your flat to your running back for some free yards. And the last thing, just to touch on the spread, is you have the counter, you have the inside zone, the quick base, and the draw. And of course, you have the alert wide receiver screens, and you have the RP alert bubble that we talked about. Just a bunch of different run possibilities here. So once the people start committing to trying to stop the run, to stop the pass, you have all these run options available to you as well. Last formation we're going to take a look at here, bunch trio open. This reminds me a lot of the bunch open offset with these different screens here, the RPO alert wide receiver screen, RPO read wide receiver screen. There's only 6 plays in this formation, but you have both of these here. But you have a nice cross screen that you can implement, Z-spot, verts, fake screen verts. So every play in here is usable. We'll just talk about the RPO alert wide receiver screen first here. And again, when you look at this stuff with this bunch, is always read the numbers here. It looks like there's 4 on 3. Maybe this guy is blitzing, so I'm just going to watch and see how do the defenders on the right play. If they drop back, I'm going to throw it to B. If not, I'll just take whatever yards I get from Y. And you see here, they all played out for the pass, and we're able to get almost a 20-yard run here. Also, I don't throw this a lot. You can't throw the X on his choice route. He'll stop usually against zone, and you can throw it to him quickly. But remember, it's all about the numbers. We had numbers 3 on 2 out there. And again, you're just going to throw the screen. So it's very simple. 3 on 3. You watch how they behave. They all play down. I can cut back here and away and get, a couple yards. Sometimes plays get blown up. Here, all the outside people drop in their coverage. So now we're able to get a 12-yard gain from the screen. So again, very simple play. And you're going to do the same thing from the RPO read wide receiver screen as well. Nothing changes. Now we'll go into Z-spot. Again, Z-spot is because you have this flood concept, but the reason why I like this is you have your 4 receivers on the right, and we talked about this before, is that if there's 4 receivers, eligible receivers on one side of the field and they're on routes, it actually cancels the match coverage, so it's going to make them play regular zone. So again, I'm going to read whatever they have here. If they play man, this is going to be open. Run this again. Flats are wide open. And it's really going to expose, right, how quickly flats are going to be open or whether it is going to be that corner route to the sideline. So, run it again here, run man. And then that's just going to be a one-play touchdown. So, the user's going to have to take that away. The funny thing is I didn't talk about it, man, but if they run man, cover 0 blitz like that, the post route from X is actually just going to get butt naked for a touchdown as well. Here, okay, they're going to leave the flats. Again, take your 3 to 5 yards. Probably the only knock against the flat route, honestly, is that because it is a wide set and it's so close to the sideline that, sometimes there's not a lot of chance for rack yards. You just have to let them stop on the sideline. So here I'm just going to put them on a zig and hit the running back in his leg. You love to see that. But you just kind of see, okay, now it's okay. We can hit him now in a little softer spot here to grab anywhere from 5 to 6 yards. So Z spot, again, super simple. Again, this offense is very easy to run. The hardest play is probably verticals, just because you have everybody just running a streak route here from a wide set. But you do have fake screen verts. I think fake screen verts can be a very usable play. And then, of course, your halfback cross screen. Here, again, I'm just going to put this Texas route in there. I really like the route. I think it works well for this. If they play zone here, you can just throw this smoke screen. If they're not playing hard flats, of course. If they're playing man, you're going to have your Texas route here from your running back. And there, middle linebacker vacated, so the Texas route's there. And you also have your swing route, or I'm sorry, your smoke screen. And then here, RB, again, kind of gets into this soft seam spot here for a nice quick throw. So this is, like I said, very similar to bunch open offset and a very good formation to be throwing into your scheme on offense here is the bunch trio open. That is going to conclude our Oklahoma State Cowboy playbook breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this took your game to the next level within this playbook. Hopefully added some things to your arsenal to become that much more difficult to guard. If you guys enjoyed the content, enjoyed the video, do me a favor, like it, comment below on what you guys want to see next. Sub to the channel so you guys don't miss an upload for all of 26 and beyond. And do me a favor, go show me some love. Give me a free follow on Patreon. I had the link here up on the screen. It'll be in the description as well. Appreciate you guys. See you guys in the next one.